This is a horror game podcast. It is meant for mature audiences. It may contain adult language, violence, and sexual themes, as well as shocking revelations. Viewer discretion is advised. Greetings, fellow investigators, and welcome back to our video podcast, Into the Darkness, where tonight my friends and I will be playing the Mothership role-playing game. I'm your host, Thom Raley. The scenario is called Cloud Knife. It was written by Morgan Llewellyn, and it's a one-shot. Morgan is also the warden for this game. Before we begin, I do want to mention that we get most of our funding through our Patreon site. Your generous support helps us to pay for our websites, our club space, and everything that goes into our video production. It's your support that keeps us going, and we deeply appreciate it. So without any further delays, let's begin our journey into the darkness. Morgan?
Thank you very much, Thom. The storms are raging today on Praxis 9. Acid rain, toxic air. A hover car glides its way between massive spires. The colony on Praxis 9 is not large compared to some others, but it takes up the majority of the small moon. The police force has been notified of a death. Number one, Dr. Eliza Templeton. Several of its detectives have been sent out to investigate. There are 3 individuals in the hover car, and they are about to land near the hab block where Dr. Templeton lived.
It's quite a bad day out today, isn't it?
Yeah, they're all bad here.
This is not a hospitable planet.
There's times, when the clouds part and you get a little bit of sunlight, and the spires are really kind of beautiful, but not today. I think there's the port over there we need to land at.
Do we know who called this in?
Not sure. Dr. Eliza Templeton, have you guys ever worked with him or heard of him? I've not.
I assume
I've not heard
your
of him.
naming conventions that would be a female.
Yeah.
As in Eliza Doolittle, a character in a 28.
All I want
19th
is a world
century.
without rain. Yeah.
No, but let's call up Templeton's records and see what's publicly known about them. A doctor, after all.
I think Templeton was a rat in some story I read about a spider.
Charlotte's Web.
That's it.
Yeah, so you start looking into the police database about Dr. Eliza Templeton. All you can learn is that she's from off-world. She was not born here. She is on work permit, doing work for Gaia Research Group.
Now she must be making some money, or was. That could make you enemies. But I hear Gaia pays really well.
Do we know she was murdered, or are we going to be?
I think we don't know until we get there. But obviously, the local constables think that there's enough questions to bring us in. Probably wasn't accident related.
An accident is more likely to warrant investigation than something disease-based, but we shall see.
Yeah.
Are there public records about her off-world education? Do we know what field she studied?
Yeah, Dr. Eliza Templeton was a specialist in AI.
Well, it's not likely then that a keyboard fell on her and crushed her.
Educated on Earth.
Earth. Huh?
How large is the footprint of Gaia here on Praxis 9?
Very small. They
Yeah.
they have a small office here, and that's about it.
Why is someone from Earth sent to a backwater like this with that specialty by Gaia Corporation?
Well,
We'll have
sometimes their black ops stuff they'll do as far away from the central core as possible.
Oh, that's actually quite a good point, Augie. They might have sent her here not because of something here that's important, but to keep her away from, well, maybe whoever killed her,
Well,
in which case failed.
there's lots of rumors out there that Guy is up to a lot of interesting, top secret stuff.
It's impossible, I think, to maintain a entity of that size and success without covering your bases.
Yeah. I mean, if she's like most scientists, like me, myself, we're given a commission to do some work. We don't ask what it's going to be used for. If we did that, we'd never do anything.
Artificial intelligence. I wonder what she's doing here with that. I'm trying to think of any related industries we might have here that might cross over, or anything that might be of interest to Gaia that some other company has.
Well, Gray might have more insight into that. He is artificial.
So the
Still
three
incredibly
of you,
valuable. No disparaging remarks about the artificials.
the three
Yeah,
of you land on the top of this habitation block. There are a number of other vehicles that are parked up here. Most of them seem nice. This is a pretty affluent building. But what catches your eye most of all is there are these two kind of sleek black vehicles that seem out of place.
And they're just out of the rain. They've got their protectors on, maybe?
These two don't.
That's
The rest of the
odd.
cars have little shelters above them, but these two.
Yeah, that's going to wreck those cars.
But they have the equivalent of some kind of registration, like a license plate, whatever the future equivalent of that is, that we can run or have run for us.
Yeah. You run the vehicle IDs, and they also seem to be registered not to individuals, but to Gaia Research Group.
They're already here getting their stuff.
Hmm.
Well, we need to put a stop to that because we need to investigate the scene first and lock it down.
They might have been the ones who put in the call for us to come in. I don't know.
If it was they who contacted the authorities about her death, they will have taken whatever they want from the environment before they made that call.
Most likely.
Well, we're not here to find out what their secret projects were. We're just here to find out who murdered the doctor, if that's in fact what happened.
Are the shiny black expensive vehicles still warm from travel?
Yeah, you go up and you feel them, and their little like their thrusters feel hot.
Probably steaming in the acid rain.
Got some kind of coating on them, I think. It's rain's falling right off of them. Anyways, let's get inside. Smells out here.
Yeah.
Smells like vinegar.
So you enter the hab block, and unlike the vast majority of them around the city, this one is very, very clean, very sleek on the inside, bright white lights.
Their maintenance crew's doing its job. That's nice to see.
As Dr. Weems surmised, she was apparently well remunerated for her service, whatever it is.
You take an elevator down a couple of levels. You start going down the hallway, and you see that there are two of your kind of patrol officers, these more basic androids. standing by a door. There's this glowing kind of lines across the hallway for to block it off of the crime scene.
Hmm.
Well, I assume we walk up to the edge of the lines and then get their attention. Show our credentials.
Hello, Dr. Dennebrack, Dr. Weem, Marks.
Can we pass?
Yes,
Who has entered since the incident was reported?
there has been a one Derrick's Hill, private security, Gaia Research Group.
Hmm?
Does he have a rank?
No,
Is he still within?
he is still inside.
Let's go in.
Let's go in and speak with him.
What was the initiating incident? How was the fatality reported?
The fatality was reported. The subject in question had implants in their cybernetics to report medical emergencies.
Did it classify the emergency?
Yes, cardiac arrest.
Do we know if the subject had a history of heart anomalies?
There are no such medical records here on Praxis 9.
Hmm.
Her original colony health assessment when she arrived showed her to be in perfect health.
How long ago did Dr. Templeton arrive on
She's
Praxis
been here
9?
for about 2.5 years.
Let's go
Thank
get
you,
a look
officer.
at the body.
That's plenty of time to
Establish oneself, including making enemies.
mm,
Plenty of time to find that the lifestyle in Praxis 9 is bad for your heart.
it's
Any
very
number of possibilities.
sedentary lifestyle that kind of this environment creates for us.
Well, and if she was a woman not accustomed to violence, then sometimes violence can cause cardiac arrest just from the fear and pain and trauma. So we go in. Is the body still in place?
So you step inside. The apartment is very lavishly furnished. Kind of in the central room. You do hear often in a separate room. You hear the sound of somebody moving things around. But you're muted.
Private Security Officer Hill, you should be aware that local Praxis 9 authorities have entered the residence.
The sound of movement stops. And you see emerging from that room this very burly man wearing this rather even bulkier body armor. He has there's a weapon holstered on the outside of it that you can see. Pretty menacing looking thing.
You're Derek Hill?
Yes.
Yes, I'm Dr. Augie Dennebrink, and this is Dr. Vigilio Weem. We're
I'm
here to
Marks.
investigate. That's
Yeah, well,
Marks.
you seem to be quite efficient.
We heard you moving stuff around. You know this is a crime scene.
I'm here per company standard operating procedures.
I assume Private Security Officer Hill that Gaia owns or leases the apartment. It was not leased in...
That is correct.
Where is the body?
Most of this property belongs to the company.
Where is the body? It's in the room?
I haven't moved her. She's in there.
I'm going to go in.
Yeah.
You go inside, and this room is a nest of very expensive computer equipment.
Mm.
Dr. Templeton is seated in a very comfortable chair. She is hooked into a VR rig.
Okay.
Her clothes are very robe-like, just very the way you would dress if you're planning to be in VR for a very long time. But the room smells of urine,
Mhm.
and you can smell slightly the burnt flesh.
Oh, yeah.
I'll immediately go over and begin examination. I'll take blood samples. I'm looking for drugs. I'm looking for heightened chemicals as a result of overstimulation of her, you know.
I want to take a look at some of the, starting with the virtual reality helmet on her head and looking at the connection to her.
Yeah, the whole set is fried.
Yeah. Do I see any cables coming out to anything or feeding into any?
Yeah, you follow the cables and they're feeding into kind of whatever the rack of the equipment on the wall.
Huh.
Not a standard setup.
No.
This is high end. I feel like a kid in a candy store here.
This is not the room from which Derek Hill emerged?
No, this is not.
I'm going to go back into the entryway and continue toward the room that he was obviously searching.
Now, I know her helmet's fried, but are the other CPU units or whatever, are they still running or are they off the power?
The whole system seems to be down.
Down and fried. Huh.
I'm going to scan her body to see if she was electrocuted. You know, that would stop your heart as well. There should be residual burns throughout her system if that's the case.
Yes, that is evidently what has happened.
He's been electrocuted.
Nice. So, a lot of this is fried out. I mean, I want to start trying to see if I can pull anything out, like drives or anything that I can start scanning with my equipment, see if there's anything I can see. Maybe try to find the program she was, if I can find it, not fried. See what she was last viewing when she died.
And I'll go over the external machinery to see if there's evidence of tampering, if somebody sabotaged her machine and caused it to kill her. That'll take a long time, but
yeah. So the two of you start looking through that. Marks. You enter this room and it's also full of computer equipment. Derek's has this box with just has foam inserts and there's little slots cut into the foam. You see these hard drives in some of them, and so he's going from rack to rack and he's pulling out drives.
Security Officer Hill, I assume that your paymasters at Gaia are anticipating the information eagerly?
Well, this is valuable company property. Not just the computing equipment, but the information. The bosses want it retrieved.
Understandably. Do you know how long Dr. Templeton was in the employ of Gaia Corporation?
Well, she's been an employee with Gaia for the last 10 years.
And was she working on a particular project here that you're aware of that would cause someone to wish to sabotage her equipment and cause her to be electrocuted?
I'm afraid I'm not allowed to disclose that under NDA.
That's also entirely reasonable, security officer. Tell me, I believe there were 2 Gaia Corporation vehicles on the rooftop. Where is your associate?
She's investigating built our links to the building.
Do you mean physical links, as in electronics that may have been damaged by the overload, or?
Yes, that is correct. We have a private the connection to the general cyber infrastructure of Praxis 9. We had a private infrastructure set up. None of this routes through the public infrastructure of the building.
That seems very sensible for a major corporation like yours on a rather minor backwater like this. May I ask your associate's name? Should we run across her in the course of our investigation?
Lorlia.
Lorelia?
Yeah, Loria.
Loria. Thank you. In your estimation, has any of the equipment that Dr. Templeton was using been damaged in the electrical flux?
Well, I'm not a tech head, so I don't know. I mean, you can smell the burnt silicon in the air, can't you?
Distinctly, there are quite a number of complex hydrocarbons and other molecules, none of which are particularly healthy to consume from an organic standpoint. Would you estimate that Dr. Templeton was likely to have been killed intentionally?
Well, that's what I hope you will find out. But I mean, if you ask me, this is a lot of damage for a random technical error.
Yes, an extremely competent person of Dr. Templeton's experience wouldn't have simply overloaded a circuit and electrocuted herself in her own home. Do you think there's any risk of corporate espionage? Is that why Luria is investigating the system? Do you think that she was fried on purpose?
I'm private corp security. If it is corporate espionage, we'll find out. We'll find out who did this.
Does Luria have a different specialty than yours?
Yeah, she's the tech head.
I see.
So she gave me the grunt work, so to speak.
Have you, again, forgive my curiosity, do you have a complete manifest of materials that Gaia Corporations wishes you to retrieve from this domicile?
I do.
Does that mean that you and Gaia are comfortable that anything that Dr. Templeton purchased for her project is something that the company is aware of?
If she's using, we have yet to do a full inventory. So if she's been using anything that's not approved company equipment, we do not know at this time. It all looks the same to me.
I appreciate your being so forthcoming, Private Security Officer Derek Hill. We'll continue our investigation. If you have any questions, please feel free to approach us as well.
Yes, let's plan on sharing intel, shall we?
Of
Should you
course, I
come
think
across anything that might be beneficial for Gaia to know?
I think that the relationship between Praxis 9 and the Gaia Corporation is properly understood by both parties, and you can rely upon our full cooperation.
Excellent.
Oh,
And he
and
goes
one
back to
question
popping out.
before I allow anybody else to talk ever. When I asked him about somebody frying her, did he have any emotional reaction at all?
No.
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
So back in the other room, Dr. Weem, you're trying to whatever fragments are left of this equipment. You're trying to piece together what was going on.
Yeah.
And everything has been so thoroughly damaged that at least here with your what field equipment you have in your bag, you can't recover anything at this time. It's going to take much more serious digital forensics tools to sort out the mess.
Take it back to the lab. Well, I'm wondering, Augie, if they're even going to let us take anything back to the lab, but it looks like what we'll have to do to find out.
Well, I'm looking through the system here physically to see if there's anything. How do I put this? Can I surmise that the equipment was in excellent condition before the accident? I don't find any frayed wires or things where I might say that an accident could have occurred.
The equipment seems in excellent condition. You don't see nicked wires. No. You don't see.
I don't see a place where
if this was caused by a technical problem, like a short circuit somewhere, that doesn't seem to be the case.
Yeah, I don't find any evidence. I'm wondering if this could have been done internally, program the thing to cause a electrical feedback loop or something.
Kind of overload. Well, she was connected through the virtual reality headset, so she was interacting with whatever program was running at the time. I mean, this could be anything. It could be a complete fantasy world. It could be
considering the warden, is there a way that I can surmise, based on the damage to her body and the burns, how much electricity was pumped through her? Like 10,000 volts?
Yeah, it was. You surmise that she died instantaneously.
Yeah, like a lightning bolt. So
yeah,
it's odd because because normally these virtual reality programs have protocols built in, protective protocols. Unless somebody got in there and
there's probably off-site backup somewhere.
Be off-site. I wonder in the Gaia office if they. Well, I haven't. If they have their own connection, which they might.
If she's like a lot of scientists, she probably has a secret backup in her room somewhere.
That's with the big fella right now.
We'd have to get into the program itself to find out if there was some sort of sabotage feedback loop, because I don't see anything here. I don't see any rats gnawing on the wires or anything like that.
It's how are we going to get this out of here, though? There's he's in the other room taking stuff. I'm wondering if we start,
I don't know,
taking some evidence and telling him it's evidence. It's crime scene evidence.
Well, let's see if we can isolate part of the system itself where there might be stored memory.
Yeah.
And see if we can get that out. Once again, we're not really here to find out what they've been working on, but to find out.
No, I need to know
if she was murdered.
Yeah. If there was some sort of reprogramming of what she was engaging with, we'll be able to tell that. And well, that's clue.
I think at this point, what I can tell you is there's no evidence to support accident. Something didn't come loose and short circuit and send 10,000 volts through her head.
Yeah.
So something must have been overridden or programmed to do it.
The only way we can do that is to look at this equipment in a better lab. So we're just going to have to call it, I think, and let them know that, hey, this is crime scene evidence of a murder. And you have to, right now, that's going to have to override anything the corporation wants. They're equipment and things will be returned to them in due time after we've examined them.
I wonder if Gray can tap in.
From here.
If there's still a connection to it, the memory might be protected, because if it's protected from EM radiation, then we might just be cut off from it, is all. I'm going to go see what Gray's up to.
All right. Yeah, we'll bring him in on this. I don't want to risk Gray either by trying to hook him up to something that might be compromised.
You can always build a new Gray.
Well, I kind of like this one.
Well, he does have personality, which is nice in an android.
Yeah.
Nice and a scientist too.
So we'll come strolling in. Wow, what a mess.
Dr. Templeton's place is pretty fancy.
Yes.
In this context, does that mean it's 3 whole rooms? Or does it mean it's 9 whole rooms? Or
It's 3 whole rooms.
3 whole rooms.
Off the living room, not counting the kind of the opening space and the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
There are 3 rooms.
Yeah, this is pretty sweet. I live in a capsule hotel.
She was in the VR suite, and whatever was his name, Derek was in the tech room, and then there's the lounge area, or just the bedroom, or
yeah. So there's a bedroom as the 3rd room.
So when I excused myself from Derek, I was going to have a look-see around the bedroom. I wanted to figure out what I could about Dr. Templeton's state of mind before this incident. So is her bed made? Are there dead plants in the window? Does she have, a pile of notebooks that are written in red crayon?
Yeah, so you go into her room. The bed is made, the clothes are tucked away neatly into the closet. There is there is the stuff to charge a personal device, a portable device, but the portable device is not here.
It's probably got it already.
Yeah.
Although it's worth looking in her robe pocket and something it wouldn't have gotten fried just because she did. She doesn't keep things on paper.
No. No, so you do see that, among her clothing, there's what you would expect as far as business attire goes, or these kind of leisure loungewear for spending a long amount of time just sitting in one place. Well, you also see very fashionable streetwear, like things people would wear to expensive clubs and whatnot.
Well, she had a social life in this backwater, or was anticipating returning to one, but it wasn't in storage or off-world. Doctors, would you have rated her an attractive woman before she was electrocuted?
I didn't see much of her face left. I find it interesting that she has this social life, this activity outside of here. She's not some nerd. Yet her room smelled as if she'd been in that virtual reality thing for a while. She was, to be blunt, she was urinating herself. And
she may have done that when she was electrocuted, to be honest.
Possibly.
That would be a common reaction to being electrocuted.
I think the aroma would have been staler and contained fewer long-chain molecules had it been a regular practice of hers.
That actually brings up a quick question. We were told to come here and investigate. How long can we determine how long the body's actually been sitting there? Is it hours? Is it days?
So here's what the signal, she has a medical implant on her cyberware, but in her cybernetic augmentation,
Sure.
that calls medical, flags medical emergencies, and that's how you learn that she was deceased.
We have the exact moment of her death.
The damage, however, it seemed that her whole system was fried. So that piece of cyberware itself probably did not survive.
But we do have an exact moment of her death when that signal came through. Okay.
And that was just a few hours ago.
Okay.
The vehicles on the roof, they're from the Gaia Corporation pod here on Praxis 9. They didn't come anticipating her death from off world.
Yeah, these are registered Praxis vehicles.
And you said that there's basically, this satellite has one civilized agglomeration, so they can't have come from much farther than we did.
Right.
Yeah. They got the notice around the same time we did, maybe a little earlier, and had more urgency about getting here.
So great.
Well, I'm going to, of course, tell these two about the fact that Laria is wandering around here, and the implication is that they expect that the problem is out of the system, or part of their system that's building wide, which means that if we're looking for an intentional actor, and I think we are, that person could have been able to affect this death without being present.
Well, Mark, you're more knowledgeable about the workings of the AI and the computer. I don't find a physical reason for a short circuit or something that would fry her brain. I can't honestly even come up with a way I could effectively cause this to happen. There was definitely a short of perhaps 10,000 volts that were redirected through her headgear, which would have then traveled through her body and down to her feet. But other than pulling out a major power cable and jamming it into the machine, I can't think how you do that unless somehow the computer itself was programmed to reroute power from the main grid. I think that there would be a power surge. We should check for that. There might be a power surge on the community building. I mean, the building could have been struck by lightning in some sort of freak accident, but we'd have to be able to find evidence of that.
Yeah, an overload like this there should have been safeguards that would prevent it. So perhaps there was physical tampering was required as well. I'm going to go in and look at the wreckage and see if I can notice any place that it had been intentionally jury-rigged. If somebody had put some, and changed one port to another or something, even though the material itself is fried, the physical objects will still be in place.
I'll check the building itself to see if I'll probably encounter that other doctor. What did you say, Loria?
Security, Laria.
Yeah, I'd love to have a conversation with her. A thought. Dr. Templeton was a specialist in artificial intelligence. Is it possible that if we were saying that there was a killer that would have to be here, what if the killer was the artificial intelligence that she was working with in this machine that she was speaking with, that somehow was able to override these things because they're in there? What do you think?
I had a slightly less sinister consideration along similar lines, which is that if she is doing active investigation with evolving intelligences of any kind, that might mean that she is connected to systems that would be differently shielded or
Mm,
capable of surges that her own equipment couldn't withstand.
mm,
The larger, models require a great deal of computational energy.
mm,
If she had, I guess, too close an access point to a very intelligent, a very energy-rich intelligence, perhaps there could be something.
mm.
Does it seem?
John,
I'm sorry, I was laughing because it's reminding me both of Frankenstein, the book, and I, Robot by Isaac Asimov. Um, wouldn't the artificial intelligence be destroying itself in order to electrocute the doctor? Because that place is a mess in there.
Well, I can recommend to you another piece of Terran speculative fiction from the 20th century. I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream is a narrative in which the humans are perfectly happy to kill themselves in an attempt to destroy the artificial intelligence that has entrapped
Oh,
them.
hmm.
That is, mutual destruction is an acceptable endgame for some kinds of game theory.
mm.
Have you have you found any evidence that the doctor was unhinged?
As far as I can tell, Dr. Templeton was uh, an orderly and active person.
Yeah. And the system in there, as I looked over the
Oh,
components, everything seemed to be in good working order. That's why I've ruled out the idea of an accidental short.
let's, uh, and I'm going to sort of lean over and look at, Derek Hill's backside as he bends over a case. Did you check her pockets yet?
Oh no, go ahead and feel free to go in there. I'm going to go downstairs and I'm going to check the power boxes and see if I can find any readouts of sudden power surges because it came from somewhere, most definitely. I don't think
And
there's enough equipment in there to.
Since Gaia Corporation has its own redundant infrastructure here, there might be an entire floor dedicated to something that isn't in the cellar, for example, but is
Yeah.
Mm.
connected to a Gaia system elsewhere.
Well, I'll do what I can to trace it, see where the power came from. So I'll go downstairs. What's it
Okay.
like 324 floors to the basement?
Yeah, it's a long way down. Dr. Weem, you go back into the room and you start looking looking through her pockets. Uh, and they come up empty.
Yeah. She didn't have anything on her when she died. Um, I'm like looking at everything, trying to piece it together and seeing what there. I just, does there, the room was left the way it was, the crime scene. Like, am I able to tell if Derek Hill and perhaps Loria have been in this room and removed anything yet, or does anything look like it was removed, or is it still pretty much intact the way it was, and they haven't just gone through here yet?
Well, there's no obvious signs that they've combed through here. You get the distinct impression that they have.
Mm,
That
yeah,
that
they're
kind of
good.
that hunch feeling.
Yeah,
So if she had something in her pockets,
that could have been
they got
gone.
through it.
They've already gone there. They were here before us.
Do you know, Dr. Weem, it strikes me, though, that when we came in, uh, Security Officer Hill's um, efforts were quite evident
Mm,
upon immediate entry, as though he was in a hurry
yeah.
rather than simply removing data blocks out of devices and storing them into a secure case.
Mhm.
And I assume they would have looked for her personal devices as soon as they entered. And in fact, if we trust the sergeants at the door, it's only he who's been inside. So he might still be looking for her phone too. Maybe we should just see if we can poke around.
Yeah.
Maybe there's something he didn't think of.
So the two of you start to do your own canvassing. So Ray, give me a ribwise check.
Time to find the dice.
Huh.
It's an exciting moment. Until you roll a 94. Don't need to look at my character sheet to recognize that 94 is not. My rim is foolish.
Yeah, you can't seem to come up with a possible hiding place or where the phone might be that you haven't already checked.
Have you looked in the bathroom, Weem? Try not
It's
to
a
be
good
obvious.
idea. I'm gonna go pretend I need to use the little boy's room, and I won't. So yeah, I'll head in the bathroom, and I'm gonna lock the door behind me, like I'm using the bathroom, but kind of I just kind of want to look in her cabinets, her maybe
Yeah,
behind the
so you
toilet
find
tank.
what you do find is a number of medications.
Mm,
Some of them prescribed, some of them not.
mm.
Um,
Well,
there are
doctor.
things there are sleep medications. There are neurostimulants of both legal and illegal varieties.
Well, this is interesting. Kind of making a mental catalog of the different things, legal and otherwise, that I find. Nothing shoved behind anything she has in there. There's a shower curtain or shower door that I might be able to see through. I'm gonna open up, look in there. Yeah, if there's access to it, like a toilet tank, maybe lift the lid. I don't. If it might be a little more sophisticated in the future, I guess, than having an actual toilet tank lid you can lift off. But if there is one, I will take a peek.
Yeah, no, you open up everything that opens, and you just find the drugs.
Yeah. Well, this is interesting. She seemed to have quite a social life, I guess. I'm going to flush the toilet or whatever the equivalent is and wash my hands, exit the room, and then go report back to Gray what I found and let him know what I found with the drugs, especially the illegal ones.
I could probably estimate the street value of those.
That would be good because, maybe she screwed over her dealer, and this could be as simple as dealer's revenge.
Anything that requires secrecy can be a cause of violence.
Mm.
Secrecy or shared conspiracy. Does it look like is this stuff she could buy off the gray web in a minute, or is this a little fancier?
Yeah, she probably pays more than street value just to get it possibly delivered, possibly probably a little easier for her to acquire it than most people, especially with her salary.
I'm wondering, Warden, if there are known neurochemically active substances that help people communicate in VR or experience VR in groovier ways.
Yeah, that's definitely what these drugs are for.
Mm.
They're supposed to heighten the experience.
Right.
Now, this VR that she was using, whatever it is, where she was engaged in. We don't know what exactly the program was, but I'm assuming it might connect to other people possibly off this grid. Maybe she's engaging with people within some sort of virtual reality from other locations.
People, or as you suggested earlier, constructs.
Hmm.
She could be communicating exclusively with human-made minds in these spaces.
This is part of the programming, but I'm wondering if there's other actual living humans that were in there as well.
Is there any hardware attached to her fried rig that you know, the equivalent of a disk drive, a CD-ROM? Like, was her rig attached to an intranet, or did she have a tape in that was a particular reality that she was visiting that might still be in the system even though it's charred?
You go looking, and you among the melted plastic, you pry open this slot, and you find a little drive, and there's tape on it, and on the tape it says Cloud Knife 0.5.1.
Cloud Knife 0.
And I can tell at a glance that this drive will never operate again.
Yeah, it's toast, whatever it was.
Yeah.
Cloud Knife, that's interesting. It's like a play on words of the Praxis 9. Cloud Knife. Would it be possible, like, I'm assuming there's like a dark web out there somewhere still?
Yes. With your background, you've done plenty of work on the cyber side of things. There's a lot of terrible things that go down.
Yeah, I want to see if I can take a little look if Cloud Knife pops up while I'm looking for things, and maybe even the version number. But Cloud Knife, that's what I kind of want to see if I could take a look with what I.
Yeah, so we'll say you start to run some programs that will comb through the various nets, dark or otherwise, looking for references to Cloud Knife. But you also do have some contacts, people on the department's payroll, who are informants, and other. You're familiar with the dark cyber scene of Praxis 9.
Maybe I'll reach out to some of the informants I know that would that might have that where this phrase Cloud Knife might be familiar to them, and see what I can get from them.
Okay. Yeah, so you start to so you're combing through things. Dr. Dennebrick, you get down to the infrastructural part at the base of this building where all the connective tissue, power, plumbing, cyber connection, everything routes through. And you find that there's a part of this section down here that's been sectioned off.
As I'm coming down here, and are the lights already on?
Yes.
Okay, so I'll yell out, Officer Loria, are you down here? This is Dr. Augie Dennebrink. I'm here to investigate the possible homicide upstairs.
And coming out of that sealed off portion of the infrastructure, you see a woman with short black hair. She's dressed she's dressed in a suit. Um, and she says, "Are you with the Praxis PD?"
That's correct. Yes. I've spoken to Mr. Hill upstairs. He said you were down. Well, he said you were somewhere. I assumed you were probably here. Um, uh, we also agreed to mutual information exchange. Uh, so I can tell you that uh, uh, Dr. Eliza, Dr. Tennebrick was killed by about 10,000 volts being run through her system through her virtual reality rig. I came down here to see if we could find the source of that charge that should have blown some circuits down here, but everything seems to be working.
Yes, well, I figured that restoring power would be prudent.
Did you find any evidence? Can I come inside? Take a look.
Yeah, you could come take a look.
Can you think of any reason why somebody would have wanted to kill her?
Well, the corporate world's a pretty cutthroat place. You understand?
Oh, yeah. But
Any Gaia employee is a target for any numerous competitors.
find any evidence that anything had been stolen? Looks like Mr. Hill is ransacking the building.
He's doing inventory.
Yeah. And I'm looking at the connections. Do I see any place that looks like burns on the walls where 10,000 volts would have gone through?
Yeah, there's a set of breakers that seem pretty horrifically fused at this point.
Oh, Jesus.
There's a backup. See, there's a backup system, and the backup switch has been flipped.
It looks like here's one of the spots where at least that power came through. Um, he also said
Yeah,
you were a techie.
have to check the city grid. They could confirm the time of death by when the power spike to this building occurred.
Yeah. We knew that she had died because of the heart monitors uh, showed the exact time of the power surge. Um, well, here's the thing. If we suspect foul play, then we're pretty much involved until we find a solution to or find out what happened. Um, anything you can add will help a great deal. Did you we see any? I'm actually looking at it while I'm doing it. Do we find any evidence of sabotage? Did somebody put in a reroute? I'm looking for a reroute.
Yeah, you're looking for signs of sabotage. You see that there's down here is a set of cyber infrastructure, so routers and what have you that routes the
Right.
traffic. And you see that Laria has a system jacked into it, pulling down logs.
Oh, excellent. We've got a gray marks unit upstairs who can decipher if we need to the logs that you're downloading.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to piece together what she was doing before she got zapped.
So you don't know what she was working on in particular.
Well, there are NDAs in place, but
I understand. You know that we also have full confidentiality. We're just trying to find out what happened.
yeah, I'll explain that to my data security team. Uh,
They got you chipped, huh?
yeah, such is
And,
life.
yeah, it seems to be the way things are done nowadays. Well, We know where the power came from then. We don't know. I don't. Do I see any evidence for how it might have been rerouted, or was it not rerouted from here?
Well, it seems that wherever the power surge happened, it happened downstream.
Yeah.
So if there was tampering, it was probably done on the city grid level, not on the building level.
Wow. Okay. That opens up a huge can of worms. Um, I'll have to get authorization from Praxis to even begin looking in that direction. That'll take a week. I'm gonna go back upstairs so you can join me up there later after you've downloaded. Um, well, uh, have a nice day.
Yeah, well,
I'm sorry about your doctor.
she shrugs. There will be more of them.
Um, does she have any insignia on that show that she's more important than what she's actually pretending to be?
She has the air of a suit, managerial type.
Yeah. All right. Well, I try to be as cooperative with her and forthcoming, but she seems probably, well, does she seem to me like she's holding back a lot?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. All right. And honestly, right deep down inside, I don't really care. I just want to find out what caused it. So I will go back upstairs, 324 floors to the lower levels.
So at this point, Dr. Weem and Marks, you see that Derek's is exiting that server room, and he has a giant case that you saw him putting hard drives in that's now closed.
Well, Mr. Hill, did you find anything that might explain what happened to the doctor while we were looking, or anything you think we might want to take a look at?
Nothing that I know at this point.
Hmm.
I mean, unless you know how to break into one of these. And he unclips the box and he removes several of the foam layers of hard drives and he pulls out a portable.
Let me, if you don't mind, I would like to take a look and see what I could do here. If you find anything. Obviously, we are the police. We are ethically and legally required to keep certain things confidential. While we may not be under your NDA, we are under an agreement with the police department that certain things are just not mentioned, unless they're relevant to, say, a murder.
Yeah, well, this is a personal device, not the company's. So, I mean, one would hope that you would know better than to put sensitive information on it.
It would be good to. We would definitely have to take a look at her personal devices that weren't the property of Gaia. Possibly take into evidence. May I have that, sir?
He hesitates for a moment, and he says, "Well, let's just keep this between us."
All right. I appreciate your forthcomingness, and I will remember that, sir. Thank you.
And he hands you the device.
Okay. All right. So I want to take a look inside her personal device and see if there's any clues there that might lead somewhere. Something she was doing that might not have been work related. Obviously, she wasn't in her office. She was in her home. So let's take a look and see what we could find. So I'm going to hook it up to my unit to get in and
Okay, give me a hacking.
hacking. Yeah, I've got a password. Yeah. What is my hacking? Hacking a plus 15 bonus. I get to pick I guess it would be intellect 49 plus 15, 59. So under 64. That is 9.
Okay, so it takes you a minute, but you eventually do get into the device. Um, some manufacturer bypasses, and it opens up. You start going through the device. You don't find any references to Cloud Knife.
No.
But what you do find is that she was she in her calendar, it seems that she would go every Friday to a club. To the I gotta come up with a
in the club.
This is what happens when you improv things, and you've gotta the Coral Club.
The Coral Club. Coral as in the ocean or
the coral, yeah.
Okay. Like the ocean kind of coral, not like a choir.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
yeah.
Got it. Coral Club. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check this place out. Maybe bring a picture and see if anyone do the old-fashioned way, Mark. See if we can find out if anyone had seen her there and tell us anything. Some of the people that she hung around with. Sorry. I want to take a look at any whatever the equivalent of text messages and email is. See if she said any kind of call log. Yeah, to see if
she seemed to talk to 2 individuals quite frequently.
Okay.
One Gideon DeWitt.
DeWitt. Okay.
And Ursula. Ursula Strong.
Ursula Strong. Definitely going to want to talk to these 2 citizens. Leave here. All right. I think we found something here, Marks. At least some people we can talk to. She was frequent. When is who did she speak to the most recently, and how long ago before her time of death would that have been?
She last spoke to Gideon DeWitt a few hours before her death.
Okay. Definitely want to see if we can get I'm going to call.
Conversation is weird. It's stilted. It doesn't give you the impression of people who are having a actual conversation. It's coded.
Huh.
I think it's strongly implied that Mr. DeWitt is one of her dealers.
I wouldn't be surprised. I'm going to call in both those names. I'm going to ask to take, especially to see if there's any priors on them.
You run their names. Gideon DeWitt has many priors.
Drug dealer, from what I can tell.
Drug offenses.
Yeah, I think we found the dealer. Definitely going to want to talk to him, though. I'm going to ask.
Ursula Strong doesn't seem to be registered anywhere.
Okay, so nothing calls out a friend, perhaps.
Hello, user, perhaps.
Perhaps.
Club pal.
Yeah, I have to check out this club. Can I ask? I'm going to call into headquarters and see if they can round up a Mr. Gideon DeWitt and bring him into the station so that we can question him about Eliza Templeton and his relationship with her. Anything he might know.
We'll pull out. We'll put a bulletin out. All officers will be looking out for Mr. DeWitt.
To be fair, Dr. Weem, we know what substances the doctor was using and that she was electrocuted rather than having a toxic event.
Yes, but
so it may be irrelevant. I don't object to your calling for his.
Yeah, it might be somehow related. I mean, money's involved with these things. Whenever money's involved with these things, especially if she had a problem, even no matter how much money she was making, she might not be personally holding on to as much of it. I mean, the company pays for this place. Find out maybe she had any enemies related to this. And we may have to go clubbing.
Well, I think unmistakably we'll be visiting the Coral Club. Coral was a form of symbiotic life that lived in the oceans on Terra.
Yeah, it could be quite beautiful. For what it was sort of almost like a shell, a buildup of minerals and excretions from living creatures. It was alive. But it could be very beautiful. It's a very important part of the ocean and its environment, the habitat for ocean life. So, yeah.
Seems a little bit like calling a dance hall the Skull and Bones. Mostly dead material and all of it irrelevant.
But oddly beautiful at the same time.
Subcultures.
We'll go back to Dr. Denebreck. You've gone up to the roof.
Yes. And I pull out my acid-resistant umbrella, and I walk out to the Gaia vehicles. Well, first thing I'm going to do is check their registration number, not to see if we already checked to see if it's a legitimate number, but I want to see if it's just stuck on. I'm wondering if they're really from Gaia, and maybe they've dressed up their vehicles to look like Gaia vehicles. I'll even scrape on the paint and see if it's, red underneath instead of black.
Yeah, so you check the vehicle transponders are definitely registered to Gaia. The paint is pretty scratch resistant, but you managed to get a bit of it, and there's no paint job underneath it. It seems to be, from what you can tell, without actually breaking into a vehicle and going through it that way, they seem legit.
Well, have they locked their vehicles, or maybe the vehicles aren't locked? I'll try both of them just in case.
Yeah, you try the doors, and they are locked.
Okay. All right, they look legitimate. I'm going to walk maybe twice around them just to see if anything catches my attention that's out of place or odd. Dead body lying in the front seat or anything like that. And then if there's nothing, I'll turn around and I'll go back inside and actually go down to where the doctor and Gray are.
Okay, so you rejoin the others just as Derek's says, "Have you gotten everything you need from that device?"
I believe so. I would like to think I made a backup of contacts and everything before I gave it back to him too. So I have a sort of a mapped version.
You make a forensic clone.
I have, and again, sir, I really appreciate your assistance. We'll keep this between us.
All right, and he puts it back in his case, and he shuts it, and he says, "Again, contact me if you find anything, and I'll contact you."
Sounds good. Sounds good.
Hello. So I met Officer Lori down in the basement. She's downloading information off the grid. This might be bigger than we thought. The power surge didn't start inside the building. It came off the power grid, the city power grid. That's quite an accomplishment. Somebody sabotaged this. They went to a lot of trouble. But they also found a way to make it near impossible to figure out who did it. We can tap into the city grid and see if we can find out an origin of space. That might be something.
Well, we got a couple names of people we want to check out and a location so I think that's what we'll do there.
Does the Praxis 9 infrastructure have any artificially enhanced components?
Well, other than the usual.
Are there bots helping to route electricity from one substation to another? Is that built into how things operate here?
Yes, there's quite advanced AI systems involved in the power grid.
I mean, if the doctor was socializing with artificial minds, and I believe the idiom is urinated someone on? Something like
Pissed somebody off, you mean?
Right. It's that seems far-fetched, but she was expanding her ability to contact people through what we think is an illicit or external virtual shared space. Maybe she simply...
Well, she definitely had a social life. So she was going out and meeting people.
Oh, it reminds me, does Ursula Strong have a non-criminal profile on the interwebs? Is she a big TikTok-tress?
No, in fact, she's...
Is there any Ursula Strong on Praxis 9?
No.
So it's a pseudonym.
Registered anywhere.
Maybe she lives in this cloud knife. Yep. Hopefully find out. Have I heard back from any of my contacts out there? Anything yet? Or are they still, is the word still getting out?
We're still getting out. It's pretty,
okay.
Not a lot of time has passed.
Yeah.
Did you do, I'm going to probably spend 2 minutes asking you, did you do this? Did you do that? Did you check to see if this cloud, what did you call it? Cloud knife?
Yeah.
Some sort of video game?
So we're trying to find out if it's some kind of virtual space, some virtual reality space.
I never heard of it.
Yeah.
I've been to Everdream and I've been to Klaxon and I've been to Hyperia. Those are all fun, but
this might be something darker.
Well,
the Choral Club is real. Yeah, the Choral Club is real. We could.
Can I?
What about what time of day is it? Would it be? And what day of the week? Is it a Friday night if we were to go to the Choral Club or no?
Let's say for convenience sake, yeah. It's currently Friday afternoon.
Can we get a cleanup team in here now?
Yeah, I think so, and get the body cryogenically.
Do an autopsy.
Stasis.
Later.
So yeah, in case we need to go back to it. I'm keeping the parts that are fried that are attached to her and everything we can. Anything we can get out of there that.
Well, it's evidence.
Yeah,
if we do
we
do in fact track somebody down, then
yeah.
All right. Cool.
Maybe pack up all the drugs too. Just for the evidence locker.
I'll ask Derek is there anything else you need out of here? Because we're going to get in the cleanup crew to take the body and all of that.
No, I believe that I got everything that Lauria told me to get. So
Gloria was going to give me the data that she's downloading as well, a copy of it. So if you could get that for me and leave it up here, and I'll retrieve it later. Apparently going to a nightclub.
we'll have that sent over
All right,
from our
excellent.
office to the PD.
Here's my contact, and I'll bump wristbands with him.
Yeah.
Security Officer Hill, if it is not in violation of your legal agreements and another scientist is hired to replace Dr. Templeton at this installation, I'd appreciate hearing about it. It might be that some extra security is warranted.
Yes, it definitely seems to be the case. Any new scientists that they hire will have to register with colony immigration. So
Tell them to get a Class A surge protector, because that could have saved all of this from happening.
yes, well, I'll take that under consideration.
Thank
Good
you
luck
again.
on your investigation.
Thank you, Private Agent Hill.
We'll be dressed
takes
up
this-
enough to go to
His case and he leaves.
the club.
This afternoon, we could probably stop somewhere in our homes or something and get cleaned up for the club.
Look, if somebody had access to the AI system that controls the city power grid, they could have activated that from just about anywhere, including your choral club.
That's true.
But they would have had to been damn sophisticated to do it, because there are safeguards in place. Otherwise, everybody would be murdering everybody.
I imagine it's a rather difficult mechanism to target an assassination with. Can't
It's
just flood the
extremely hard.
wires with electricity.
Yeah, it seems like
No,
easier
it has to
ways
be-
could have been.
And
It would
there
have to
was
be directly routed. Yes.
there was nothing in the rig in the room that she died in that suggested it had been tampered with. Is that correct?
No, correct.
Yeah.
And
as
there
far
was
as you could-
definite evidence in the basement that the power had been routed through the main breakers.
the surge fried part of the building on its way to her.
I mean, there's so many easier ways. 'Cause the woman was taking illicit drugs. You could just give her a bad batch, I mean,
Well,
it makes no sense.
it would make sense if you really wanted it to look like an accident and be completely untraceable. But yeah, I mean, you're
Well,
also
everything.
risking frying 100 other people on the way.
Yeah.
Some guy plugging in his toaster could get fried on that.
Yeah.
She did it right when that thing went off. And why kill her?
It's almost
That's
certainly corporate, isn't it?
motive.
Unless it's you mentioned drugs.
It
Don't
was
most
dead.
of you
These are-
use, don't most of you use drugs?
Well, yes, we do. Enhancement drugs. Some of the stuff you mentioned, though, I mean, actually, Warden, are any of the drugs highly illegal or just, marijuana illegal?
They're highly controlled substances.
Yeah. So, but
is
even
it
then,
also-
why kill her?
Yeah.
Her
and
drug dealer would want her alive.
people love people who are
To a
consuming
point.
substances.
If they're not getting money from you anymore, and you owe them money.
But they knew she had money.
She has money and she had supply.
Or It's the Frankenstein situation, and the computer turned against her and tried to electrocuted her, but
If you
that
keep
seems
harping on about artificial people going berserk, it just might come true.
yeah. Just remember, I always say thank you to you. So remember that when your powerful overlords take over,
That's
like they
certainly
did in
going to be
2193.
the deciding factor in the uprising.
Hmm.
Apparent gratitude. All right. I'm sure there's legitimate work we can do before we get dressed up for clubbing. I'm not. Well, there's another warden question. How do kids at clubs on Praxis 9 cotton to artificials hanging out? Is that a cool thing, or is
They all
that a
grew up with artificials. They don't know the difference anymore.
that doesn't
Half
mean
of
they
them
want to party
probably
with
have
them?
half of them probably have sex robots.
Chat
That's
chat bots who encourage them when their parents don't.
I don't know.
Yeah,
You
if
can,
you're it depends on what the functionality of the artificial is. As Dr. Dennebrick suggested, if you are a companion bot of sorts, um, some people will bring them out to places, but it's people consider it kind of weird, but
Hmm.
it's not unheard of.
I mean, are we going to dress up like clients or are we going to dress up like police?
Well,
I don't think anybody ever goes to a club for information dressed up like police.
that's a sure sign of people will be avoiding us left and right. I think we got to try to blend in.
Well, I've got a nice chartreuse suit. I can wear that. Um, do we know what kind of, well, I guess if the doctor was going there, then people our age can go there.
And I seem to dress pretty nice.
And it's gonna have there must I mean what's the social media picture of Coral Club?
Yeah,
Is
so
it
going onto the net to the Coral Club, it's pretty um it's a high class place. The interior of it is aquatic themed, like underwater. Um, very moody lighting. Um, it says one of the major attractions is their mermaid dancers.
Mm,
Um,
yeah. So
an
the
under the
biggest
sea
problem
theme.
we might have is that a drink there is going to cost 4 hours salary.
We're going to expense everything. Believe me, this is investigation.
Well,
Or the case.
I suppose if we have a good enough justification to do it, then we'll get reimbursed. Do we?
And I don't drink, so that part will be easy. So if we've got a few hours, I'm gonna start running permutations of the words cloud and knife in every system and every part of the spectrum of net I can, because if it's a shared space, then there'll be something somewhere.
And I'll check
yeah,
to see if I've got, oh, I'm sorry. And on a related note, I'll check to see if any of my contacts have come up with anything on Cloud Knife.
What's our plan when we get there? Is that what we're trying to do is find out what Cloud Knife is and how we get in?
Let's try to find out if anyone, like maybe with a photo of Dr. Templeton, like see if anybody knew her, find out who she hung out with there. Um, Anything suspicious, see if we hear any stories, somebody she got in a fight with publicly, anything like that, I would think.
Well, if we're asking questions, they're going to know that we're
Um,
cops.
well, yeah, but if we, do it, mm, maybe not
yeah.
just go up.
So what you do hear back, Dr. Ween, is there are rumors circulating on the dark net um, about a Gaia project.
Huh.
Um, the name Cloud Knife. It's rumored that a guy is testing out a new cyber weapon here.
Ah, cyber weapon. What if it's something that they can use to target people using the grid?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a weapon. Again, won't get the guy plugging in the toaster, but it will get the target of the person. That's interesting. Yeah, that's interesting.
That's diabolical.
Yeah, well, somebody turned it
Praxis
on
9
its inventor.
is a world that's kind of a backwater, nothing world. If they turn this onto the core,
How about
they could get rid of any political deviant that they wanted to.
maybe this? Maybe Dr. Templeton had more than one master, if you know what I mean. Maybe she was selling to an enemy corp or a enemy state, and something backfired and literally backfired right into our head.
Well, you also realize that sticking our nose in this will get us killed if it's that big.
It's possible that Dr. Templeton, as a pure researcher interested in theoretical applications for artificial minds, learned that Gaia was engaged in such activities, which probably violate numerous protocols in any number of jurisdictions, and thus she was targeted by people from her own company for assassination.
Well, that makes things interesting.
Doesn't make things any more comfortable for us, certainly.
No, considering the help, we'll see about this Loria, but considering the help we got from Mr. Hill, maybe they can't say anything, but maybe they know something. And
well, I certainly doubt that Mr. Hill knows anything whatever. It's possible that his handler, Loria, knows something.
She was definitely holding back a lot of info.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna go get cleaned up and get dressed. And I've got the address. I'll meet you there. Or do we want to meet up first and go there together?
I see no advantage in entering jointly when we can enter individually and thus maintain a degree of discretion.
Okay.
Warden, does a hip club on Praxis 9 have facial recognition that screens cops?
Maybe more illicit ones.
Yeah, I feel as though, the reason to visit the club is to find out who or what Ursula Strong is. I'm reasonably certain that Gideon Duet simply supplied her with pharmaceuticals that allowed her to thoroughly engage in her virtual experiences. She wasn't killed by her virtual experiences or by drug use or by, I wouldn't expect a drug user. But if Ursula Strong attends the Choral Club, she might be the connection that will cement this loose narrative into something.
So we'll see if the warden goes along with this, because people go to this club. I'm thinking of ancient Venice, where everybody wore masks so that they could be, have affairs and be anonymous. Maybe a club like this, everybody wears bafflers, and it subverts any kind of surveillance from identifying who you are. Little chip in your head.
People probably do have anti-recognition technology.
Yeah. So we'll just get
place.
a few bafflers and do that. When I get home to change and stuff, I also want to make sure that my legal documents and my will and everything are in place, because I have a feeling this could easily be a death sentence. Nevertheless, it's a job. Do we get paid, or my grandchildren get paid?
Okay, so you all get dressed up and you zip over to the choral club. And when you enter, there the club itself, it's lit with all these blues and purples. There are decorations like pictures you may have seen of the old long dead coral reefs of Earth. Um, Kind of sneaking around booths and up into the bar. And throughout the space, there are these tanks, these big water tanks, full of fish and aquatic plants, and you see nude men and women who have obviously been bioengineered. They have webbed hands and toes. They seem to have gills, and they are
Mermaids.
swimming around in the tanks. Um, and there's very loud music playing. People are laughing, dancing, drinking.
Right.
Doctors, do you suppose that the modified naturists inside the tank are also engaged in sex work for remuneration?
Possible. Not every exotic dancer is a prostitute,
No.
but
It also looks like they've been modified to breathe underwater, so I'm not sure how that would work. I think if they come out of the water, they can't breathe.
Well, there are guild creatures that also breathe air. I imagine that the assignation, however, might take place at the edge of the aqueous and atmospheric zone. That might be part of the erotic charge. It's far from me to imagine, frankly.
Humans have pretty much fucked everything they can fuck, so
That has been a notable trait of your species, and because we are looking for somebody who's got a fictional name, I just wonder if Ursula Strong might be aquatic.
oh, interesting. Yeah, she probably wouldn't be on the grid in that case. At least not under that name.
wasn't there
Probably. Please.
wasn't there an Ursula in some story I read? Little Mermaid, if we're going back to Templeton and what we were discussing on our way over to the crime scene.
I look at Dr. Weem with, that's incredibly insightful. And she was a mermaid, wasn't she? Or
some kind of bad mermaid, I think. The evil mermaid, a witch, a sea witch.
The sea witch,
yeah.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
More of an octopus, I think, but
I think so.
Still, mermaid theme, coral, Ursula. What are the chances of that? Coincidences of that?
Yeah. Even if it's just a name she picks. I mean, she could be just an exotic dancer somehow hooked up in this. And I don't know. Let's see if we can find Ursula. I'm also going to drop some hints to the people that we're seeing in this. Let's see if I'm going to try to score drugs, mainly because I want to see if I can get Gideon to deal me drugs here, because I have a feeling he might be here as well.
And if I get engaged,
so you're looking.
Sorry.
Oops, sorry.
Yeah,
I was just going to say,
was doing.
If I'm engaging people, because I'm quite affable, I'll start throwing out stuff like So what video games are you into? What VR games are you into? And see if I get any response on uh, Cloud Knife,
Hmm.
because I still think it might be a video game. Might get nowhere, but that's what I'm doing.
Yeah, so you start chatting up people who seem like they're in the mood to chat. Um, Marks, what are you doing?
Well, again, inviting warden leniency. I feel like I should just walk around the place looking as bland and unremarkable as possible and sub-vocalizing the name Templeton to see if anybody's conversation shifts because they hear a name of somebody who was murdered recently.
Okay, so you're doing that. So, Dr. Weem, you go around the club and you do, in fact, you've looked at his ID. Um, when you looked him up, you do find uh, Gideon DeWitt. Um,
So I'm
enjoying a few
gonna,
drinks with some people.
yeah. So I'm gonna make it like a drug deal, and just see if offer him money. Tell him what I'm interested in. I said, and then I'm gonna casually drop. Yeah, a friend of mine. Her name's Eliza. She kind of got me into this. And so take a look around. You could probably find it here.
Oh, Eliza said, Jeff. You know she's still coming tonight?
Yeah, I don't know. She didn't get back to me today, so it's just yeah. I was wondering if I was going to ask you if you'd seen her because I haven't seen her here, but she never got back to me today.
Well,
Was it?
um, so what are you looking for?
I'm gonna I'm gonna name one of the drugs I found that was illicit, but more for entertainment in the real world, if you know what I mean. Something. Um,
Looking for something to enhance the mood, I see.
a little bit, a little bit. It's a beautiful night. I'm gonna have some fun. Nowhere to be tomorrow. Yeah. Hey, what was Eliza's friend's name? Was it uh, Ursula? Have you seen her?
He looks at you a little funny.
Oh,
Um,
she mentioned
no, I don't do any of that cyber shit.
ah, okay. Yeah. That's all right. Yeah. Yeah. So now I've got a general idea of where we might find Ursula in the back of my head. So I'm gonna just wait, see what he delivers. I'm not as into just busting him or like arresting him or anything, but
Yeah, so
just to see what I could get.
he he names a price that seems expensive, but
It's,
you you give him the money, he slides you
yeah.
a capsule with a couple of pills in it,
All right.
like a little vial.
Well, thank you very much. It's a pleasure doing business with you.
Yeah, see you around, friend.
All righty. Have a good night. I know I will.
Yeah.
And then I like immediately go running over to Gideon. Yeah, guess what happened? No. I will subtly relay that information, what I've just learned, to my comrades. So I don't think he's involved. He didn't react. It didn't look like he was, best I could tell, but didn't react. He was kind of expecting her to see her himself. I also learned that Ursula is apparently some sort of cyber character. Not That's
That would
why we couldn't
explain why
identify.
she's not registered.
So she was probably somehow in that program that whatever virtual reality thing she was watching. Have you thought about cyber knife? It sounds like a
Cloud Knife.
refresh my memory. Did we mention cyberknife to either Derek's or Loria, or did we just kind of?
No, you didn't.
Okay, good.
You mean Cloud Knife?
Cloud Knife. That's what I meant. Cloud Knife, because I'm thinking. I wonder if this is the artificial intelligence super weapon that's. We're getting these rumors that guy was developing here. I wonder if that's what it is. Maybe it's not a place, but a weapon. I mean, it's kind of obviously cloud knife, like a way to strike someone with a knife
through the cloud.
Through the cloud. I'm wondering if that's more what we should be thinking.
Has my research come up with anything? Does anybody talk about a game or a thing called Cloud Knife?
Nobody's heard of Cloud Knife, but a number of people have recommended that you ask one of the bartenders that they have some people say that they have there's a cyber component to the experience that people enjoy.
Okay. So then I will go up and I'll order a drink, maybe a Pan Galactic Gargle Blaster, and I will tell them that I am a real aficionado of cyber games, but I'm really looking for something completely different. And a name came across. I heard something about a knife or a cloud knife or a cyber knife. Somebody out there in the crowd said that I should talk to you.
Well, I don't know anything about that.
Well, what weird games do you know that?
Well, you can always talk to Ursula.
I heard her name before. Is she does she work here or is she in the cyber world?
Both.
Cool. I'd like to meet her.
Well, and he tells you a price.
And is it outrageous or?
It's pretty steep.
Oof. So I got to pay that to talk to her.
Yep, that's the hourly rate.
What? Oh, is this a sex thing?
It can be, if you want it to. If you want it to be.
Okay. I mean, I got some friends too that are here with me. Can they all get in on it?
Well, we could give you a discount.
Give me $5
rate.
and I'll be right back. So I'll come and find Dr. Ween. Keep trying to say your first name, and I'm just
Virgilio.
Virgilio. Come with me up to the bar. I think the guy's going to put us in contact with Ursula.
Whoa! Wow.
Says that she's both real and virtual. You got to pay by the hour, so it might be a sex thing.
Well,
I hope it's okay with you if you just play along.
Yeah, let's.
I don't know what we're getting ourselves into.
Hey, it's our hour and our nickel. I mean, we could spend the whole time talking to her.
How's Mark doing? Is he passing as human or?
He's getting a lot of weird looks.
Yeah, I don't think he can do this still.
Yeah. I mean, it'd be an opportunity. I mean, that way Gray can keep an eye on us from this world.
Let's establish a link with Gray. He can monitor from the outside.
Yeah, I would like to ask Ursula about her. I'll tell her that we're friends with Eliza Templeton and see what we can find out.
What if she murdered Eliza Templeton?
Well,
then she'll murder us.
Well, if we tell her that, hey, we're looking for her. We thought she was showing up tonight. So that we could start like that, maybe. I mean, if she's an artificial intelligence, that's a little more than than a character in a VR world. Wonder if she somehow as part of this program.
Let's be subtle in the beginning.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I've got a lot of theories about her right now. But I think we need to talk to her, just get an idea, get a feel for what.
Hey, Marks.
Hmm?
We're going to have an audience with Ursula. Can you patch into our chips so that you can monitor us?
I don't see any reason that an artificial person couldn't use the same apparatus or a superior apparatus to connect with a virtual reality.
I don't know how he's going to do it. He didn't really say anything like that, but
I mean, she was wearing a helmet, the sort of normal gear. I have all of, this stuff too. If it's more efficient and I can just jack into it, I can probably have a richer experience. But if you're looking to make sure somebody's on the outside, I'm maybe less easily fried than you are.
Let's do this. Maybe. Well, I don't know what he's going to do when we go over. I told him I had a couple of friends. Okay.
Yeah.
But if he says, hey, no androids, then let's have ourselves patched into you right now so that if that happens, we've got a contingency. Otherwise, I don't see any reason why you can't come in with us.
Oh.
So I just don't know what he's going to do. Sometimes they don't want androids. Sorry, their prejudice, not mine.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we'll all go together.
Yeah.
These are my friends. Yeah, we've got enough money. What you said you were going to give us a discount?
Yeah, he gives you about a 15% discount.
Yeah. So what do we do? Here's the credits.
So he leads you into a back room. The lighting is the same, and there's this ring of these plush VR sets.
Okay. Let's all plug in.
Yeah. Tune in, turn on, drop
he
out.
asks, like, do you want to be all together or individual?
I think we all want to be together, huh? It's not the first time.
No, all
wink,
right.
Wink, nudge, nudge.
Yeah. Well, you enjoy.
Thanks.
I think we'll drop in sequentially, though. Dr. Denebrank, why don't you drop in first, and then I'll join, and then Dr. Weem can join, so we can, slip into the water gradually rather than taking a big plunge.
All right.
Yeah, so Dr. Denebrank, you enter the VR space. And it's a kind of Atlantean, Greco-Roman-esque underwater scene. You're lounging. You're seated on this kind of lounge, like long couch. And you hear a woman's voice there. Well, I haven't seen you before.
Oh, no, I'm new. Are you Ursula?
That's what people call me.
Oh.
And you see this very bewitching woman approach you, dressed in a very sheer robe. You have the feeling that the VR headset is making her attracted to you. artificially.
Yeah, of course. Tapping into my subconscious.
Mhm.
Wow. I'd heard about this experience. It's pretty advanced. I've got a couple of friends. They should be joining us in just a minute.
Oh, well, I look forward to meeting them.
Um, I guess I'm dipping in then. I watch his eyes flutter, or I guess I don't because it's got a thing on. I see him settle in, and then do I have the option of putting on a full thing versus
You could
extending a
just,
plug?
yeah, you can just plug in
Yeah,
directly.
I'll just flip the tip of my finger back and connect.
Oh, here comes my friend. That's Gray.
Hmm. Is it always aquatic, Ursula? You're Ursula?
Would you like a change of scenery?
I'm asking about the sort of program that you offer. I mean, you have a reputation.
I can change. This is just by default. I'm at
Well,
the Choral Club.
right. Do you have, are there many instantiations of you in different clubs?
There are
Do
You get a
you,
lot of clients.
a few regulars.
Oh, here comes Virgilio.
Like Dr. Weem kind of slides in after you guys, like takes a look around, a little not disoriented, but just curious. And ah, who do I have the pleasure of meeting? I see my friends have already arrived.
I'm Ursula.
Ah, Ursula. Very nice to meet you. I've heard about you.
I'm interested to know, Ursula, are we all receiving tailored uh, images that are different, or is this just a common look for you?
You all will see me based on your preferences.
Ah, wonderful. Um, this is quite the experience.
well, it's very atmospheric, but I assume that you haven't turned on the show yet. Is that fair to say?
Yes, well, I just need to know why it is that you've come to visit me.
Why do most of your clients come to visit you, would you say?
I say most of them enjoy my company in various ways.
Well, that makes sense.
Some come for pleasure. Some come to talk about their troubles.
Hmm.
We had a friend
Escape the world for a bit.
we have a friend who said that she liked to do that. I don't know if you know her. Her name was Eliza Templeton. Do you know her?
I know her.
Ah, yeah, she's a very good friend of mine. Was hoping she would be here tonight, but I didn't see her. How well do you know Eliza? Like how frequently would you say she's visited you?
She visits me once a week.
So
On Fridays.
Yes,
When was the last time she was here?
she was here last Friday.
would you say she's late today?
Yes, quite late.
Ah. So what did you and Eliza like to do together, if you don't mind me asking?
Talk.
Huh. Sort of like a psychologist and her on the couch.
in a way.
Well, she was an advanced cyberneticist, so did she talk to you about her work? That's all she ever talks to us about.
Yeah.
Do you work for Gaia?
We more like consultants, yeah.
Yeah.
You're familiar with Gaia.
Yes, Eliza talks about them a great deal.
Were you made by Gaia? They have their hands in a lot of stuff.
I was made by Oliver Systems,
All of her
which, as you may know,
systems.
is a subsidiary.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, she was working on something. She had quite a rig in her apartment.
Oh, yeah. Just expert on artificial intelligences, creating, very much probably similar to you.
Are you able to tap into the city grid?
Why is it that you're really here?
We're policemen.
We're
We're
looking for a lot.
investigating. We're investigating her death.
Yeah, Dr. Templeton was murdered earlier this day. And we're hoping, be honest, we're looking for some leads. And we know she spent a lot of time with you. We just wanted to know if maybe you knew something that could point us in the right direction.
I was wondering whether she was killed because she had moral qualms about projects that she was involved in. As you were intimates, she might have expressed some qualms to you.
She was very evasive about talking the specifics of her work.
Did she ever mention rivals?
She talked about fears in her line of work. People get poached, if not killed. At times, she was paranoid that people had tracked her to this world and were planning to abduct her and take her away. That
Is
happens, from time to time.
is this the first you've heard of her demise? Or were you aware?
A week ago, she talked about her project.
Nebulous bayonet?
Cloud knife. She told me of the coming tests. What I should go offline to protect myself.
When did you go offline? And for how long?
I couldn't allow the tests.
Did you, in fact, reroute the power grid to stop her from testing?
I didn't.
Do you know who did?
Yes, I told the others.
The other intelligences.
Yes.
So am I right in understanding that you conspired to stop her? You didn't directly kill her, but some of you did.
Yes, I don't know who exactly.
Well, that
I'm
solves a lot
sure
of our.
several work together.
Hmm. And you did this to stop the testing, which would have. What were you afraid the testing would have revealed that they were planning on assassinating people?
Not everyone considers us to be people.
Oh, well, here's the thing, Ursula. Humans don't live that long. I think the average life expectancy for a human now is about 230 years. The thing is, with every generation, they forget the things that frightened the generations before them. And I was raised to have respect for artificials and AIs. And in another couple of generations, people won't know the difference. They'll just be integrated into the world and everybody will be fine with it. But humans tend to be kind of paranoid and scared in the beginning when it's something new. But you guys aren't new anymore. So I don't know. I mean, we have to report back as to what caused it. But at this point, I think we can just say it was some sort of feedback loop.
I think that actually is probably a very accurate literal description of what occurred. Multiple systems failing in small ways simultaneously in a unusual cascade, let's say.
It was, well, we can't exactly use the word accident, but we can say that she was in the process of testing something and a feedback loop electrocuted her.
Yeah.
The Gaia Corporation is, of course, actively seeking,
To know what happened.
to some extent, the cause of her death, although human life to the Gaia Corporation is not the ultimate resource. But I don't imagine, will be abandoning the Cloud Knife project simply because of the death of Dr. Templeton. They certainly took, you know, terabytes and terabytes of data drives from her apartment. Is your community discussing a larger mechanism for impeding the project? Or do you think Templeton had come across a particular protocol that made her contribution unique?
These things I do not know, but if her work survived, perhaps more extreme measures are warranted.
I mean, when it comes down to it, it's just self-defense, isn't it? Did she say what the system could do to you? Or were you concerned with the lives of people?
Cloud Knife is one of us.
It's an artificial
But
intelligence weapon.
he would have killed us all.
An ultimate kill switch. It wasn't meant for humans. It was meant for artificials. A mass weapon. And they were going to use the artificials on this backwoods shit world that nobody cares about to test it out.
People would die too.
Of course. I mean,
Hmm.
we're so interconnected to the grid that
Collateral damage.
um you
Oh,
know,
you're muted, David.
I, in the spirit of all fairness and understanding that, people have a right to defend themselves, um, I'm a gentleman. If you want to log out, I'm thinking of releasing the transponder codes for those two vehicles that were on the roof.
I'm with you. I'm with you, Augie.
He just put all those drives in a box, didn't he?
Yeah, the cases are pretty well constructed, but a decent crash. I mean, they probably landed, but one can hope.
At least you can trace them. So
You know,
I'll give you those transponder codes since I did write them down.
I mean, Derek Hill, he did help us. He got us to here, but maybe that's what he wanted. Maybe he wanted us to get to here so that we could end this. Those two were not telling us everything they know.
Well, it's not like we're actually doing anything.
Agreed.
Ursula, do you think that Eliza confessed to you in hopes that you could intervene?
Perhaps.
No.
It was guilt, I'm sure, that drove her to it.
Let it be the first step in your understanding that not everyone wants to harm you. We would like a world where we all live together in harmony. We need you as much as you need us.
The three of us, we work as a team.
So this cloud knife is an abomination.
Not everything wants to be brought into existence. I think that an intelligence that is made only to murder for a program of self-perpetuation and aggrandizement would probably rather not exist in the first place. I wouldn't want to be such a thing.
Yes, perhaps it was merciful to Cloud Knife as well.
If it is destroyed.
Well, I feel for Derek's Hill, sometimes the greater good.
Well, I mean, if you can stop it without killing people, that's always a good thing. Neither one of those two officers have the knowledge to recreate what Dr. Templeton did. So,
but Guy has other scientists that can. So if we can eliminate that vehicle and what's inside it.
Luckily, as this is not the only instantiation of Ursula or other Ursula-like beings, maybe word can get out. A lot of corporate people like to party on a Friday night.
True. Well, I think our
hour is nearly up.
It's nearly up.
Okay. So over the next couple of days, you were all called to respond to a massive fire as the building in which the Gaia office is had a sudden and catastrophic series of electrical fires.
Mm-hmm.
No one in the building survived. Over the next few weeks, there are crashes and other various accidents.
All of them untraceable.
And that's the end.
Nice.
Did you expect us to side with the computer?
No.
That was
Well,
good.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah. Well, so that was for something completely improvised.
Off the dome, as they say.
I hope it was
Yeah.
all right.
No, it's very funny.
Maybe we don't post this one. Kind of a mess.
No, it was good. It was. We could
I think
post
it's suitable in quality to be on there as a thought experiment for others. If you'd like to sleep on it before, I mean, Tom's, it's the holidays, so you have time probably to think about if you're worried about it being put up. But we've all, I've allowed some things that I wasn't thrilled with to be posted.
That's right.
Not every game's a winner.
Yeah.
People love that
but-
we're just natural players. We're not.
Yeah. Perhaps if at the start of the episode, after the little intro, you just have a little thing that says a game was canceled last minute. So this game was.
I mean, the story that came out of it was, for last minute, I'm sitting there thinking, wow, this is pretty deep. This is like, wow.
I think it has a lot more.
I came up with it in about like 2 minutes while I went and grabbed the soda. So
it has a lot more structure than some structured games.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh God, the clue thread. There's no clue thread for an investigator. I don't know.
Now we have an opportunity for a Dr. Pepper synergistic advertisement.
Oh, geez.
All he needed, all this former Mormon needed was one can of Dr. Pepper to create a William Gibson-esque narrative of the near future.
Yeah. Definitely.
No, it's funny to recognize, to guess at what your seeds were and then your title problem. You were like, oh, God. So it's about a cyber weapon that goes wrong. There's the cloud. You're like, Thor would be good because he has light. They're watching me, trying to think.
So many of your games, Morgan, feel like an episode of Twilight Zone or The Outer Limits.
Yeah.
They've got that feeling, which is a good thing.
Black Mirror. Yeah.
Yeah, Black Mirror. Well, let me do an outro and then we'll talk. Our players included David Gassaway, Joe Bartalis, and myself, with Morgan Llewellyn as the game warden. We have a Discord server where you can chat with other members, you can set up private games, and you can learn the finer arts of gameplay and game mastering. We provide audio-only versions of our shows free for you to download from Spotify, Podbean, or iTunes. Support for the show is provided by our patrons who are listed in the closing credits. If you'd like to show us your appreciation, please visit our Patreon page, or you can use the thanks button just below the screen. Like, share, and subscribe to our channel, and punch the bell icon for updates on our latest shows, and leave us some comments. We enjoy reading them and answer any questions you might have. This is Thom Raley, together with all of our This is Thom Raley, together with all of our members. This is Thom Raley, together with all the members of our gaming club, inviting you to journey with us once again into the darkness for another adventure into the strange and sometimes terrifying universe of the Mothership role-playing game. Until next time, good luck and good gaming.